I find myself caught in an endless loop of questions, each one more urgent than the last. As my family demands answers I feel unprepared to give. In this moment, I'm unsure whether it's the weight of their expectations or the uncertainty of our situation that makes me feel the most overwhelmed. Every conversation feels like a delicate dance, trying to answer their questions while keeping my own confusion in check. The pressure of knowing that they expect clear answers when I can barely make sense of things myself feels like a constant weight on my shoulders. As I try to process the situation we're facing, it's hard to articulate the depth of my emotions. My family is looking to me for clarity, but I'm still searching for it myself. And the longer it takes, the more difficult it becomes to find the words to explain. I wish I could offer my family the reassurance they seek, but it feels like every answer I give only brings more questions. It's like we're all stuck in a maze, and the exit is elusive, hidden somewhere in the confusion of our circumstances. Sometimes I wonder if my family is waiting for me to have it all figured out, but the truth is, I'm struggling to keep up with the chaos. Their impatience adds a layer of pressure I never expected, and it leaves me questioning if I can ever meet their expectations. The hardest part about being in this situation is not knowing how to communicate the uncertainty I'm feeling. I can't give my family the answers they want because, deep down, I'm not sure I even have them myself. The weight of their questions presses against me, and I wonder if they understand that sometimes the answers just aren't clear. Their concern comes from love, but it can also feel suffocating, leaving me lost between my own needs and their expectations. I'm constantly torn between wanting to protect my family from the uncertainty and wanting to be honest about the confusion I'm experiencing. How do I explain that I'm not just hiding from the truth, but trying to process it myself? In moments like this, it's hard to separate my own feelings from the needs of my family. Their demand for answers feels like a silent plea for reassurance, but I can't give them what I don't have: clarity, certainty, or peace. Each day, I find myself running through endless scenarios in my mind, wondering how best to answer their questions. But the more I think about it, the more I realize that I can't give them the answers they crave without first coming to terms with the situation myself. Sometimes I feel like I'm standing on the edge of a cliff, looking at the abyss of the unknown, and my family is asking me to jump without knowing where the landing is. It's a terrifying feeling, trying to provide answers when I'm still searching for the truth myself. It's hard to face my family's expectations when I'm still struggling to make sense of what's happening. I want to offer comfort, But how do I do that when I don't fully understand the situation myself? Their demand for answers feels like an endless echo in my mind, a constant reminder that they are looking to me for clarity. But the more they ask, the more I realize that sometimes there are no easy answers, only the need to take one step at a time. The pressure to have everything figured out for my family is overwhelming. I can feel their eyes on me, waiting for me to offer solutions, but I can't seem to find the right words or the right path forward. It's not that I don't want to give my family the answers they seek. It's that I'm still learning how to navigate this situation myself. Their impatience only makes me question if I'm doing enough or if I'm failing them. As my family looks to me for guidance, I feel a deep sense of responsibility to lead them through the confusion. But in my heart, I wonder if I'm doing enough, or if the answers we're searching for will ever be clear. The hardest thing about this situation is realizing that I can't fix it for everyone. I can't give my family the perfect answers they're looking for, but all I can do is stay present, be honest, and keep pushing forward in the face of uncertainty. In times like these, it feels like every decision I make is under a microscope. My family demands answers, but all I can offer are pieces of a puzzle that I'm still trying to fit together myself. I wish I had the power to tell my family everything they want to hear, but sometimes the reality is that the situation is too complicated to be explained in simple terms. I can only hope they understand that. Every conversation with my family feels like a test of strength. They're searching for answers, but the more they question me, the more I realize how little I have figured out. It's a humbling experience, and it makes me wonder how long I can keep pretending to have it all together. It's difficult when you feel the weight of your family's expectations pressing down on you, knowing that you don't have all the answers. The truth is, I'm just as lost as they are, but I don't know how to make them see that. As much as I want to shield my family from the reality of our situation, I can't escape the truth that we're all in this together. The answers may not come easily, but I hope we can find peace in the journey rather than the destination. The more I try to answer my family's questions, the more I realize that the answers aren't always something you can put into words. Some things can only be understood through experience, and right now, we're all in the middle of it. I wish I could give my family the answers they're looking for, but the more I think about it, the more I realize that sometimes there is no clear answer, only the process of figuring things out as we go. My family's questions feel like an endless storm, and I'm caught in the middle, trying to hold everything together while the winds of uncertainty threaten to tear us apart. I wish I had the strength to give them the answers they need, but sometimes I'm just trying to survive the storm myself. It's hard to admit that I don't have all the answers. My family depends on me for clarity, but how can I offer them certainty when I can barely find it for myself? Every conversation with my family feels like a balancing act between honesty and reassurance. I want to be truthful, but I don't want to add to their fears. It's a constant struggle to find the right words. The more I try to answer my family's questions, the more I realize that answers are not always enough. Sometimes what we need is time, time to understand, time to grow, and time to accept the uncertainty. I feel like I'm in the eye of a storm, calm on the surface, but underneath there's a whirlwind of emotions. My family is looking to me for answers, but all I can give them is the truth that I don't have them yet. The questions keep coming, one after another, and with each one, I feel more and more pressure to provide answers. But what I want my family to understand is that sometimes there are no answers, only the need to navigate the unknown together. It's hard to accept that my family's expectations are rooted in their love and concern. They want the answers to feel like a quick fix, but the reality is that some situations take time to unravel, and I'm just as unsure as they are. The more they ask, the more I realize how little I have control over. I can't provide answers that don't exist yet, and I can't promise them a smooth path forward. All I can offer is my honesty and my support as we face this together. I wish I had a clear answer to give my family, something that would make everything easier. But the truth is, we're all in this together, and sometimes the best we can do is simply stay present in the face of uncertainty. There are moments when I feel like I'm being asked to be the anchor in a storm, holding everything together when all I want to do is let go. But I can't because my family needs me, even if I don't have all the answers. The weight of their expectations feels like a heavy cloak, one I didn't ask for, but am forced to wear. I want to tell them everything is going to be okay, but how can I say that when I'm not sure myself? I know my family's questions come from a place of love, but sometimes it's hard to explain that not everything can be fixed with answers. Some things have to unfold on their own, and all we can do is trust the process. I often wonder if my family will ever understand that I'm just as confused as they are. Their demand for answers only amplifies the uncertainty I'm feeling, and it's a struggle to keep my composure when I feel just as lost. The more I try to explain the situation, the more I realize that answers are never as simple as they seem. I wish I could offer my family the clarity they want, but sometimes the truth is that things are more complicated than we ever imagined. It's hard to be the one in the family who doesn't have all the answers. I want to help, to offer comfort, but there's only so much I can say when I'm still trying to make sense of everything myself. The questions keep coming, and I feel like I'm sinking deeper with every answer I give. My family is looking to me for reassurance, but how can I provide it when I'm struggling to find the same comfort for myself? I wish I could take away my family's concerns and give them the answers they seek, but I can't. The best I can do is be there for them, even if I don't have all the solutions. Together, we'll find our way. Each day feels like a new challenge, trying to navigate through a sea of questions with no clear direction. My family's demands for answers feel like a weight I can't escape, but I keep going because they need me to.